not far from the State House or from a place called the Old Barracks, if you have ever been there. And it's easily accessible by car, and there's plenty of parking there. The trip to Trenton, everyone I'm sure is familiar with. It's not the shortest, it's not the longest. But as in past years, I invite all of you to consider attending the conference. And as in past years, we used to go down together in carpool so that only one would have to drive or two would have to drive, depending on how many folks would like to attend. The conference is an all-day affair. We'll be leaving early in the morning. There's keynote speakers. There's breakout sessions. I believe it'll be the same format as we're used to. If you give me a moment, I'll go ahead and try to share my browser so that I can show you the website for the conference. So, can you see what's on screen now?
Yeah.
Confirm.
Okay, so you see the conference title is Building a Place for History, Rediscovery, and Renewal. And the conference date here is June 3rd at Trenton War Memorial, as I mentioned. And we have, actually it's not on this page. Let me drop over to the other page for the speakers. Erica Avrami is the keynote speaker. She's an assistant professor to James Marston Fitch, who's James Marston Fitch is a very big character in historic preservation policy and education out of UPenn. And I believe she's carried on his tradition and has been with the graduate school for preservation there for quite some time. And as I scroll down, you can see that she's written several recent published works in 2020, 2019, 2021. And she's looking at talking about some of the latest challenges that we face in preservation, sustainability and equity, social inclusion, preservation and new data landscape, values and heritage management, and so on. So this will be a nice, fresh, contemporary perspective with regard to the keynote speaker. And other than that, I would encourage you to take a look at this website. I'm going to send you the link as I usually do, so you can take a look around. I look here, and I'm trying to get the agenda, but I'm not sure that it's posted yet, all right? You can see this page is not posted yet. However, we do have the word that registration is open. And if you'd like to attend, please let us know, and we'll start to take care of the arrangements. This qualifies for our annual training or education requirement as part of our CLG membership. And you can see that this would be an excellent opportunity for all of you to participate and be able to get your annual training for it. And let us know, don't register on your own, we'll register as a group and we'll take care of paying the registration costs. You can see that May 1st is when we can register online through May 1st. So we still have all of the month of April, and we'd like to hear back from you. Well, actually, the month of April is almost over now. We've got about 10 days or so before the end of April. So please do let us know. There'll still be time to register in May, but it would be best if we could get your responses in the next 10 days. So you're talking about a one-day conference on June 3rd, okay? So that will conclude my report on the annual preservation conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Director.
I think you got the wrong month there, John Franco.
The end of March.
Are we at I'm sorry, we're at the end of March. Oh, I'm sorry, I was confused. So we have all the month of April. Thanks for correcting me, Rich.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to hop back down to item number 6, old business and correspondence. We're going to go B through D. Director, can you provide those reports, please?
Yes, sure, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I've been reporting to you about our quarry lawn progress. I'm pleased to say that the quarry lawn is out for public bidding now, and the bid opening date will be the middle of April. I'm back on track with my months now, so I'm sorry about the mistake before. By the middle of April, our bids will be open, and we're hoping for our good bids so we can proceed with awarding the project through the city council and getting right into construction as soon as the late spring. I would hope and have this wonderful park become part of our Great Falls footprint. I wanted to also provide a brief update on Costello Park. It's continuing to, as the weather is breaking, they're getting back to work out there. They're very close to being done. We're looking at a tentative ribbon cutting date for the end of April, and then a larger event at the end of June to sort of rededicate the Lou Costello statue and the new installations that we're looking to install as part of the cultural interpretation of the park with regard to information about Lou Costello and other important figures like Gaetano Federici. The Lou Costello Appreciation Society, I'm not sure if that's exactly their name, but there is a club, and they will be hosting the event in June. So we look forward to continuing to work with them, and I hope that all of you can be present for that. I also just wanted to mention the April date as well, which is more of an official, public opening ceremony that we've all seen before, that our council and our mayor tend to put on. The Spruce Street Bridge continues to be under construction. Last time I updated that they had moved over to the other side of the bridge. They continue their diligence there. And the traffic is learning, I think, how to move. And it's been interesting kind of getting used to the new traffic pattern, but I think people are getting it. And to me, it seems about the same as it was. So in case you haven't been over that way, I wanted to point out what's happening with the bridge project. We also have a really cool opportunity. If you take a look at the skyline up near Hinchley Stadium from a lot of different places in the city, you'll be able to spy these gigantic cranes that are up there. Like, there was a crane that they're using at Hinchley Stadium for a while, and the cranes that have been brought in now to work on the parking structure that's adjacent to Hinchley Stadium are just gigantic. They're so big, and you can see how small the other crane is in comparison. It's really a cool sight. It's something you don't get to see much in Paterson, and really is symbolic of the construction and the implementation of this community dream of having the stadium rehabilitated and back into service. So I just think it's a really powerful image, and I wanted to share that with you. The building, the residential building, and the parking deck are both being installed at the same time and sort of pace as the stadium. So I mentioned this all along, that they'd all be moving along together, and sure enough, they are. I'd like to also point out, that's not on the agenda, but another fabulous project that has been ongoing for a while now, that is coming close to its fruition, is the rehabilitation of Lambert Castle that Passaic County is undertaking. And I spoke with Vice Chair Rafael about the requests that we've had out there during COVID and during cold weather months to have a visit for the commissioners to take a look at the progress. And we're going to look at Friday as the date for inviting the commissioners to join us at the castle at some point in the early afternoon. So I'm going to put an email out to everyone after the meeting inviting you to reply back to me to let me know if you'd like to join us for that walkthrough. And we'll set up the time, and I'll let you know the time in that email. So those of you who are free or can make it, I think you're going to really be blown away by the progress that's made there on the interior and on the exterior. So we're going to be setting up also a similar walk around, I think probably in April for the stadium. And it'll be warm weather, as we've seen. We had a great day today, for example. We'll try to do the same thing during a work day before the construction day ends at 3 p.m. because the construction days always end at 3. To have a special walkthrough for all of you to take a look, and we can I can guide you around and show you what the progress is. So moving on to D, item D, the Passaic County Historic Preservation Master Plan has been distributed formally now to the constituent towns throughout the county. The planning boards, and including our office, has received paper copies and an invitation to review and comment. This is a kind of a formality that is happening, so the Passaic County Planning Board can also get input from the townships before it has its public hearings about the historic preservation plan. I believe that their goal is to review the plan, look for comments, have a hearing, and ultimately to adopt the plan as part of the county's master plan. So all of this kind of review and formality is important to that process. I'm going to distribute a PDF copy that was shared with me to all of you for you to have your own copy at home to review. And I invite you to review that over the next several weeks. We would probably like to have comments back from you either before the next meeting. That gives you about 3 weeks to take a look at it. And please do take a look and provide comments. I'm sure that they would like to hear from Paterson HPC. There is obviously a section about Paterson in there that we want you to look at, but in general, even if they're just comments of encouragement, that would be appreciated also. So with that said, I'd like to conclude my comments and reports. We've been very busy with the bidding. We also have bidding that's getting ready to launch for the library. And we've also submitted another couple of grants to the Passaic County Open Space and Preservation Fund for Eastside Park. That was something that we reviewed at the last meeting. So I wanted to report back to you that we did take the review and your resolution to move it along and submit that application to the county. It's also been submitted to the State Preservation Office as is required for their review. So looking forward to getting more work done in Eastside Park. Also, just very preliminarily, had a meeting at a Westside Park with consulting professionals that are engaged with the city to assist us with Westside Park, not only with continuing to look into master planning, but also later on into fundraising, so that we could have some work done in Westside Park. So, of course, our interest is specifically in the Van Houten House, and I'm going to start taking measures now to start the next steps for Van Houten House. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Executive Director. I'd like to move along to item number 7, new business.
Mr. Chairman, we have no new business to report.
Confirmed. Thank you very much. With that being said, I'd like to move along to public portion. Do we have a motion to open up public portion in a second?
Okay, this is Rich. I'll make the motion.
Secretary Tim? So we have confirm Commissioner Walter, and second is Commissioner Corbo.
Confirm, Mr. Chairman. Roll call.
Yes, please.
Commissioner Clayton.
Yes.
Commissioner Corbo.
Yes.
Vice Chair Raffel.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson. Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Chair Tate.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Can you provide the call-in number for the public?
Those who would like to participate in the public portion may call in at 973-321-1579 and enter meeting ID 711-680-001. Again, 973-321-1579 and enter meeting ID 711-680-001.
Thank you, Tim. The time is now 7:20 p.m. We'll give the public 5 minutes. At 7:25, we'll close down the call line. Thank you. Time is now 7:25. Secretary Henderson, Executive Director, can you confirm from IT if there are any calls from the public?
Confirm from IT that there are no callers, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Can we have a motion to close public portion in a second?
Motion to close.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Rich.
All right. That was Commissioner Corbo and Commissioner Walter for the second.
Confirm, Mr. Chairman. Roll call.
Yes, please.
Commissioner Clayton.
Yes.
Commissioner Corbo.
Yes.
Vice Chair Raffel.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Chair Tate.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to adjourn in a second?
I guess we don't want to leave. I'll motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Vice Chair Raffel. Commissioner Corbo, second. Can we have a roll call?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Clayton.
Yes.
Commissioner Corbo. Vice Chair Raffel.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Yes. Can we wait?
Chair Tate.
Yes.
Motion carries.
I'd like to call this meeting adjourned at 7:27 p.m. on March 21st, 2022. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone who listened, and happy first day of spring, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night from Sunny Flow.